Is blogging over on Pinterest? Well, there have been a few changes, and I've definitely seen certain things, even as myself as a user. So, one of the first things is that Pinterest seems to be testing removing the visit button, which basically means, well, are you planning on just this becoming a completely shopping platform? Now, there's a little experiment you can do, and so you can see for yourself. I changed my account to be on the USA, so you can go and change your country. And I can see that half the feed ends up being ads. So, not great, really. I mean, unless you really just want it to be a shopping platform. And I've also noticed that certain keywords will be completely just products, say Amazon or Etsy products. But certain other keywords are, say, actually going to say more blog posts, but like kind of like a mixture between at least some blog posts and some being products. So where does this go? I mean, there are people in Facebook groups saying they've had their whole account have the visit button removed. Pinterest has now decided to write an article on their website basically outlining why they would remove the visit button on your pins. And I mean, they all seem pretty valid, but a lot of people are saying, well, my content's fine. So what it does say is that Pinterest has their own sort of bot that is basically going and testing the landing page and seeing if it matches the pin, does it load up quickly enough. So if they're just using a bot, basically it could be basically going wrong. I feel like certain niches are potentially just going to be more shopping products, and they are wanting to probably make more money, so they're wanting more ads. They just want to be promoting shopping products. But say certain other niches, I just don't see how it would move to be just shopping. Say, for example, recipes. Like, I don't feel like I'm going to go to Pinterest to go, oh, what's the best frying pan, and just see a whole list of products. Like, or you're going to want to be going there to sort of search for recipes. Like, a lot of people go to Pinterest to search for recipes. So I don't see how that's really going to translate just into, say, products. So maybe in the future, we'll see that Pinterest for certain niches is really just a shopping platform. The company wants to make more money, whereas maybe in certain niches like recipes, blogs are going to still keep having that traffic as long as it complies with the Pinterest requirements to be able to have a visit button on the image, but also the bot doesn't mess up and just decide, hey, we're just going to turn off your traffic to your blog. Great. There are a few things that can be done. So one of them is, obviously, if you do find that the visit button has gone from your blog, is to reach out to Pinterest and see if you can be fixed or taken off the experiment, as some people are calling it. Another thing that could be done is actually diversifying. So either creating a store, you could create digital products or physical products, and having, say, becoming a verified merchant on there, and basically just diversifying your sort of what you're offering on Pinterest. There is the other option of that running ads. So Facebook basically was, a lot of people are saying it's pay to play. So maybe Pinterest is wanting to go more that way. Personally, I am still finding that I am getting the most free traffic to my websites from Pinterest. Facebook is a lot of hard work. I mean, Pinterest is a lot of hard work, don't get me wrong. Like, it seems like it's the real sort of content monster. Like, it wants a lot of new content. It wants a lot of new pins every day. But it definitely seems to work better than Facebook. Like, Facebook, I feel like, to me, it's very manual process, but there are tools out there, but they do cost a lot of money, whereas there are more affordable tools. Also, Pinterest has its own scheduling built in, which you could use completely for free to basically schedule up a whole month's worth of content, which I think is absolutely fantastic. Another thing is that Mediavine is cracking down on people using, say, AI images for recipes, or any blogs that are say a listicle, but just linking off to other people's website. It's not actually really creating any new content, really. It's, I mean, it can be helpful, but it's not necessarily new content, and it's not your content. So Mediavine have removed a load of people from their sort of ad platform. And if you think about it, that a lot of food bloggers are really struggling because AI is taking over their traffic. The pins will still get pushed up, like Pinterest doesn't mind AI content. But I have a feeling maybe within the month or two, we'll see that if those people are using AI for recipes, that now they're not getting monetized, they probably won't be creating those pins for Pinterest. So personally, I've been doing recipes, and I can see how hard work it is and how skilled you have to be to get good photos. So I really hope for those people who are doing genuine testing of recipes and taking the time to create those recipe blogs, that they will eventually get more traffic as the AI content of recipes hopefully goes down. So that is one thing. It's going to be kind of interesting to see where it goes within the next month or two. And I think it's really worth investing in, say, another platform if you can. I do know people who use Facebook to drive a lot of traffic. So you've either got to spend those ads to build up the Facebook page to begin with. That's what it looks like. And then once you've got that following, you can sort of post for free. I see there's a Facebook page, a recipe one that I follow, and you can see very clearly she's not running any ads because it says it on there on Facebook, which is kind of cool. And she gets still so much interaction on her content without running ads, but she does have to be very careful in not putting links in those posts. So when you look at the stats though, so Neil Patel is got a free website tracker, and you kind of have to take it with a grain of salt really, because it's not the exact, I don't know what it is, how it's getting the result, but you can get a rough idea. And I can clearly see she is getting so much more traffic from Pinterest than Facebook, but with the AI food blog sort of taking over the whole scene. Like, I tried to search for a recipe and it took me forever to actually find one that wasn't AI, but I do see that as changing. So maybe if you're still into recipes, it's still a good platform to go with Pinterest, because you can get free traffic without doing ads. Like Facebook. Another way is utilizing YouTube, but if you're not wanting to have your face on YouTube, then there are some other platforms I'm seeing that are coming out, like Cosmos or Cosmo is an app, and supposedly it's trying to sort of say it's a Pinterest alternative, because there are a lot of people that are getting really frustrated with the fact that Pinterest is becoming basically more a shopping platform, and they actually want to see real life photos or videos of people actually using products, or showing off their style. So it'll be interesting to see where that goes. But also I haven't looked at it myself. You got to sign up and everything like that, and I haven't done that quite yet. So if you've used it, I would be really interested to know how much traffic it can actually get to your blog. Another option is Tumblr. I personally haven't used Tumblr. It seems like quite a nice platform, but I just don't know how good it is to drive traffic as Pinterest is to a blog. There's also amazing Facebook groups. So I saw somebody said, if you're doing recipes, there are some websites where you can go and share your recipes to drive traffic. They still said, I asked them actually how much traffic they were getting, and they still said Pinterest was one of the best drivers of traffic. So do I think it's worth still investing in Pinterest? Definitely. It's been an amazing place to drive traffic for me. I've been able to make sales, make affiliate sales, basically get enough traffic to earn money through ad revenue on my blog through Pinterest, whereas Facebook and, for example, YouTube has such a small outbound click. It's more a place for selling. This is YouTube. Facebook, supposedly, it can still drive traffic to a blog, but it doesn't look like necessarily as good as Pinterest unless you're willing to spend ads. YouTube, on the other hand, is more probably a place for if you're selling a particular product and you're going to have that one link down there. it could help like that, because it's something on average, it's about 2% of people will go to the description and click out. There is a difference as well, though. If you get monetized on YouTube, then you can have your own store at the bottom. I'm not exactly sure products. I've seen t-shirts and stuff like that under there, but I'm not sure if you could do, say, your own digital products on there. Something else that I've noticed is, and personally I've disabled it, and this is another thing I've seen on Pinterest that I saw it come up on my accounts, was there was an image, and then what Pinterest did was put suggested products next to that image. Now, I feel like that's so cheeky. Like, I get it, they're trying to make the platform more user-friendly, like that somebody can go, oh, I want that product from that image. But you're creating that content, but you won't get a commission from people buying those products. And I just think that's really unfair. I mean, so I disabled that. You can go and disable it, thank goodness. If they decide that it's going to be something that has to be forced on your account, then personally I would stop creating content. Like, you know, I want to be able to earn a commission for making the effort to create content. So personally, I've disabled it. So people will go to my blog, they will get my suggestion on what products I think would match what, you know, would suit the sort of style of that image or whatever. So it's just something to be aware of, that I get it, they're trying to make it like more user friendly, but at the same time, you just want to be, you know, compensated for your work. So let me know if this has been helpful and sort of given you some ideas on maybe where to sort of future-proof your Pinterest account and your blog and your business.